Greetings, friends. Jason here for AxodysFC. It's Friday evening, my time. A little more time before the sun goes down for a change. So I had to change my location a little bit, get a little more shade, because otherwise the sun is like right in my eyes. But I think we'll be okay today. So starting things off with the Spurs news of the day. Big first thing was both Ange Postecoglou and James Maddison were recognized as Premier League Manager and Player of the Month for August during the first half of the season. And so, of course, the joke is Nuno also got that, and did Conte as well? Probably. So, yeah, hopefully this will have this will break the bad luck, and yeah, we'll just be the first of many. So anyway, kind of funny note on the side goes, but cool because both were very deserving for what they've done so far. The other interesting kind of Premier League stat that I heard about today was that Kulusevski is leading in the first 4 games, led the Premier League in distance covered in a game with 47, I think. So averaging, just under 12K per game. I mean, that's incredible. That's like running the local race we have here, Bloomsday, is a 12K, and that is some serious distance to cover in a soccer game. So especially for a guy that's a forward rather than a midfielder. You know, he's not even a box-to-box midfielder, who are the people I would normally expect to have those kind of distance covered numbers. So yeah, he's clearly working hard on both ends of the field. So yeah, credit to Kulu, and hopefully that will translate into a few more goals and assists in the near future. Let's see, there was one other semi-major piece of news today was that the NFL announced that the Tottenham Stadium, in fact, will be the official home of the NFL in the United Kingdom. They've added on a couple more years, and we'll be doing two games a year until then, every year, which will be through the 2029-2030 season, I guess. And so, yeah, I believe we have 2 games coming up in October. Yeah, curious if that's during the international break or how that all aligns. But I mean, they've got the whole retractable field deal, so it doesn't really matter. I'm sure they can set things up in a day's notice or something crazy like that. But anyway, they've been planning for it for a long time. I'm not concerned, just curious actually of the logistics of it. But the other thing I wanted to talk about today was around the Bayern Leverkusen Bayern Munich game today, which was actually, I didn't realize this going in. I knew it was potentially a good game to watch. I didn't realize that Leverkusen was, tied at the top of the table essentially, and interesting. Tottenham relevant. So defender Edmund Tapsoba, who was linked to us all summer as a potential center back acquisition, he starts for them. Of course, way back in the beginning of the coaching search, Xabi Alonso, their manager, was linked to Tottenham as a potential guy, and and so anyway, some tangential related reasons for watching them, and it was a really good game overall. The very back and forth. Started out, Bayern Munich was pretty much in control, and it was in their stadium, so they, I would say, controlled the first 20 minutes pretty well. Harry Kane scored the first goal off a header. He was totally left unmarked at the back post. It was ridiculous. That he was not even covered very well in that situation. But then amazing free kick goal from a new player for Leverkusen, Spanish player, and I don't remember his last name, but man, it was a fantastic kick. And then anyway, it ended up in the second half. Kimmich came out early, like at about the hour mark. He was not happy about that, but I totally understood why Tuchel took him out, because he's apparently not at full strength. He's battling through an injury, and looking at his distance covered stats in that hour, he'd only gone 5.5K or something like that, which you'd expect more from a midfielder within an hour. Anyway, so that was sort of interesting. And then anyway, they subbed out Kane, and then almost instantly had a great attack, crossed it to the middle, and put it away. And I forget who it was. It doesn't matter. Anyway, but then and this was this was particularly funny because I was doing really well with my fantasy scoring for that game. I was matched up in the with 13 different people or something, and I was ahead of all but 2 of them or something like that in the what is so rare called now? It's either kickoff or they have had 2 names for it. Anyway, it's the one where you pick players only from the game that are taking part in the game, essentially. And anyway, Harry Kane, had gotten me a lot of points for that game. But then, and actually up to that point, Alonso Davies had it as well. And then he gave away the penalty at the end, and it it led to it being a draw, and me losing an additional 3 games out of the 13 that I was. So I went 9-4 or something instead of maybe 12-1 or 11-2. And the most annoying thing was one of those games that I lost then as a result of that was the one that was in the arena or whatever, where it kind of counts towards your overall ranking or something like that. So anyway, pretty classic reversal of fortune at the last minute. So anyway, total deserving draw for Leverkusen. They played really well. I was super impressed with their young Nigerian striker, Victor Boniface. He had so many good chances that I'd expect him to, in the coming years, totally put away, be more clinical. He's not quite there yet, but man, he put himself in a great position multiple times, and super powerful and actually clever with the ball at his feet. And actually the other thought that I have too, further relating it to Tottenham stuff, is I would expect he and Gift Orban together at the front, like a double striker pairing for Nigeria could be amazing in the years ahead. So definitely he's a different type of player than Orban. So I think, yeah, it would be a good pairing situation where they each offer something different. Yeah, something to watch for the future. But yeah, overall, Tapsoba looked good at times to me. Definitely, yeah, better than the defenders, that he was supposed to be replacing for us potentially. Different kind of player than Mickey van der Ven, definitely, but still a very good one. And I can see why Leverkusen did not want to part with him. And especially with now that they're so after the game finished, they actually on point differential are at the top of the table, and so they're in good shape. I don't know what they have going on with Europe this year, but they are looking like at this point as being able to contend with Bayern, and that's very interesting for Tuchel being under some pressure now, I imagine. And there's the whole thing if they didn't get the 6 that he wanted in Paulinho, and yeah, Kimmich is the guy that's been in that role, thinks he can do it, but he's been injured. And anyway, a lot of drama that I'm glad we don't have anything like at Tottenham. Kind of interesting to watch from afar, but yeah, I would say Harry Kane had an okay game today, but he did just miss, the goalie saved it, great play, actually, just deflected what should have been a point blank one. And anyway, yeah, very entertaining game. And it's funny how easy it is to watch Bundesliga games in the US if you have ESPN Plus. So anyway, I'm enjoying learning about some more of these other teams. And yeah, so far I would say Leverkusen is the one that I want to keep my eye on the most. I like what they're doing, and they're not Bayern Munich. So anyway, good day for getting some football, and looking forward to Tottenham versus Sheffield United tomorrow morning, and I'll see you guys then when we get our usual reaction video in the morning of. So thanks for tuning in. Appreciate all the views, comments, and likes, and remember, to dare is to do.